Good evening, you guys. This is June the 2nd, 2021. I'm coming at you with another live video uh, here today. Uh, Today, I just got done watching another Onision live stream. Actually, I ain't done watching it. Talked to Moose, RSN, and various other online creators about cancel culture. I was going to try to join the stream, but I don't think it was public, even though he had posted the StreamYard link in his chat log on the Onision Speaks channel. So I don't know, maybe I made a mistake thinking I was going to be able to go up on his stream, but oh well, what gives. But today, I was going to tell you guys I might be doing a video in a couple of days giving my opinions about Caitlyn Jenner running for governor in the state of California. I kind of got mixed reviews about it, and some uh, views are going to be negative, some might be positive, but I don't know, it's kind of a mixed issue. But today I'm going to be talking about people who are homeless and what should be done, and what I think is not being done. As you guys know, everywhere you guys live, there's somebody in your city, town, community, or neighborhood that could be homeless, that might not have a place to stay tonight. They'll be either sleeping out in the rain, sleeping out in a tent along an underpass, a bridge, maybe out in the woods, or they could even be living in a mobile home trailer like an RV. If you are homeless and you're living in an RV, I think you have it pretty darn good, if assuming that you have a way to pay for gas and you can get around and still get your groceries and stuff like that. I would consider living in a mobile. Uh, I think you call it a mobile home. I think it's what you call a mobile home uh, vehicle. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of people, especially in metropolitan areas such as Indianapolis, Chicago, L.A., New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington D.C., um, Tampa Bay, Miami, Florida. A lot of people are homeless, and it seems like the government has programs, but a lot of people don't want to use these programs because, in my opinion, they've got restrictions on them. People have to be in these shelters at a certain time. They can't bring in certain things to these shelters. And when they're out on the street, they have more freedom. They can camp out wherever they want to camp out, not afraid to get a ticket, not afraid to lose their tent and potentially go to jail or pay a citation fine. Um, I think this country, the United States, can do better. I think people out there having to pay $1,800 rent for a freaking apartment building is ridiculous. I mean, rent is going through the roof. People are being paid less. There's reasons why people are not going back to work. Some, yes, are lazy. Some are too afraid that when they go back to work, they're going to have to start back down at minimum wage and work their way back up to the position they were before this virus even hit. And are afraid they're not going to be able to make a living. So they choose instead to stay on government benefits such as unemployment, stimulus, check, or whatever it may be, type of assistance, so they don't have to go back to work. Yeah, I don't blame them. I know Biden was trying to push for a $15 minimum wage within the next 4 years, but as you know, it got struck down by the Republicans, as always. The Republicans always seem to think that we can fend on ourselves when, in fact, there's most people that are not able to fend on themselves, especially if they're on disability, SSI, or railroad retirement, or maybe workers' comp, or unemployment that only pays you half of what you normally make in a week. Um, and I know a lot of states are cutting this additional $300 a week off. And I know states are now, I know the state I live in, the state of Indiana, they're requiring people to have proof that they're seeking active employment in order to continue to receive unemployment benefits. And if they don't come up with the proof, their unemployment benefits will expire and they will have to go out and look for a job. And for people that are on the internet, YouTubers, they don't understand this. They don't understand that they are not going to have to worry about a thing. These YouTubers already have it made. They are living in these nice homes, apartments, luxurious houses such as Keemstar. I know Repsion is paying $1,800 a month for a fucking apartment, and while somebody across the street from him might be potentially not able to pay the rent or maybe losing the home. Now, for somebody to say that you need to work for yourself, it's easier said than done. You got to count yourself out as having skills. Are you going to be able to do what you need to do to make enough money to pay high ass rent, to pay for groceries, to pay for uh, high gas prices, high food, high utility bills? I mean, think about that. It's not as simple as going back to work and just getting a job. Uh, if we go back to work, there's a 2 week period in which you don't get paid. You don't get paid until your second week after you start a job. So you have 2 weeks of not getting any money until the end of the 14 days, where you then get your first paycheck. And by then, you are so broke that you need the money is already spent before you even get the check out of the bank. And it's pretty worthless even really going back to work when you're already in the hole in hot water already, and you're already in debt to creditors, landlords, uh, to utility companies, and then you probably already getting disconnect notices. Maybe you're not able to pay for your internet TV, which means you just lost the luxury that will keep your mind busy from going insane during the lockdown. Now you're not going to be able to pay that because you had to put the money towards something else. Now I got to understand, we could do without the internet, we could do without the TV and just watch local TV, assuming you have an antenna that can receive your local channels in your area. That would be feasible. And there is free Wi-Fi within the neck of the woods. If you want to travel to a restaurant or a library, you can get the internet from that. But it's always better to have your own internet and have your own TV, and you don't have to rely on another business to supply your internet data so you can do your YouTubing, your uh, live streaming, your video game playing, whatever it might be. And the library is very restrictive. You can't get on certain sites like you would on your own internet, your own computer. You're bound by their restrictions. When you get that library card, you can't access only certain sites. Yeah, you might be able to access YouTube. You might be able to access your Twitter account, access your, I think your email and stuff like that. But you're not going to be able to access your AdSense. You're not going to be able to access your uh, VPN, because you can't use your VPN on a library computer. You're not going to be able to use a VPS, which is virtual private service, which you use a remote computer that's located in, say, Netherlands, California, whatever it is, from, say, you live in Connecticut. You're not going to be able to do that. Libraries don't allow you to do that, because I've tried, and I always complain about not having my own internet. And then I figured out a way to get it. I've been on it for the last, let's see, when was it? For the last probably 12, 13 months, and I'm glad I did it. And now I can do what I'm doing today, live streaming to you guys. Um, even if I don't get 1 or 2 views, I'm still more kind of new to this thing. I really like StreamYard, but yeah, it's always good to have your own internet if you can afford it. But if your job requires the internet and you have no money for it, you're kind of screwed, and then you have no means of income because you have no skills to work any other job other than working online behind a computer screen. Basically, you've been live streaming your entire life since you got out of school. You've been YouTubing. You've been playing video games your entire life. Not getting out. That's going to sink you quicker than hot water. Because nowadays, a lot of jobs require you to have a lot of skills, college degrees, uh, a lot of training requires you to go to some kind of a school to even get the job. I know a lot of jobs out there now are doing sign on bonuses where if you apply for the job and you get it, you get a sign on bonus of whatever the amount is. I know some places are offering $500. I know. Think I think Taco Bell was offering, I think, 300, 500, $300 bonus or a $500 bonus for joining the team at Taco Bell. I don't know. This has been about a few months ago, back in March of this year, that they're trying to do anything to get people to go back to work, and that's a good thing. But I think people are worried about being able to work at a job from 9 to 5, and being able to pay everything they need to pay and make ends meet, and be able to put food in their mouth at the end of the day and not go broke, go homeless, go hungry. And that's the problem. A lot of these pantries, too, food pantries, don't give out fresh food, especially produce. I've gotten stuff that was rotten. I've gotten rotten potatoes, rotten bananas that were black. I've had bread with mold on it. I've had outdated TV dinners. You know, you know, we need stuff that's outdated. It's not going to do any good. It's not going to give you any nutrition. It's not going to give you any benefit to move throughout the day, and you're not going to feel better having to go to the food pantry because it just tells other people that you cannot pay for your own groceries. You can't afford your own way to get your own food, and that's pretty sad. At least in today's society, I mean, they look down on you for that, for not being able to hold your own weight and pay for your own groceries, even though they have no fucking clue about how high food prices are, how high the damn gasoline prices is now. Almost $3 a gallon where I'm at now. 2.95, I think it is a gallon, or 2.87 to 2.95 here in the state of Indiana for a gallon of gas. And I know cigarette prices are going up. That's another thing for smokers, which I think it's a good thing for people that smoke. Higher the cigarettes, the less likely they're going to be inclined to buy a cigarette, but they'll find a way to buy them anyway. And I call the cigarettes cancer sticks anyway. That goes for marijuana and everything else. But I really think that this country is going to be unlivable in a matter of time. Rent is going to be over $2,000 a month. Food prices are going to be so damn high that $150 is only going to get you 2 or 3 days of food, and that's it. And because this nation expects people to be highly skilled and make millions of dollars in order to be able to make their own weight and be able to live their own life without any assistance or help, or especially government assistance, whatever that may entail. But you guys on here that have a career going online, doing YouTube videos, making quite a bit of money, you guys got it made. You guys don't have to worry about your next month's rent. You don't have to worry about your next month's internet bill. You don't have to worry about where your food's coming from. But I don't think it's good for people to go on Twitter telling the whole entire world how much they pay for rent every month. That's something I will criticize Mr. Refsion for doing. Don't go out on Twitter and tell people you pay $1,800 a month on rent. That's going to say, oh, I live in a high-ass mansion And people that can't afford that are going to say, wow, I wish I could pay $1,800 rent every month, such as myself. You know, people like me were low minorities, and I know he looks down on low minorities, and that's so good for him. But don't ever put online your personal information, such as how much you pay for something, how much your bills are. Don't ever put that online, because the next time I see that, I will definitely come back on that, and I'll say, don't put that online. I don't want to hear it. You're going to make other people jealous. You're going to make other people envious. It's not good to do that. And that really pisses me off when they fucking go on there, flash how much they spend, like they're flaunting the money around, like they just don't care who is underneath them. They just don't give a rat's ass. It tells me he's very narcissistic. Just like Jeffree Star flashing his money around back in February or whenever it was on the balcony of the place he was living at. And you just don't do that, flashing your money around. Okay, you got money, you got hundreds of thousands of dollars. Who gives a rat's ass? Keep that money in your purse, keep that money in the bank, keep that money in your wallet. Don't put it out on the internet for people to see. That just causes jealousy, envy, and all kinds of unwanted feelings from people who are the less fortunate. But I see something like that. I try not to let it bother me, although deep down it does. But I don't display it, because if I did, it'd be hell to pay. But I don't think it should matter. But yeah. But other than that, day's been very busy. I've been out and about, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you guys again for watching. For you guys that come back, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click on that bell icon so you can be notified for any future videos or live streams through the StreamYard app. So be safe out there. Have a good summer, and goodbye.